stopping you from purchasing a house? Well, many of you have responded and said, yes, bad credit is me from buying a house. So I wanted to talk to you a little about credit and what the lenders are looking for. Bad credit, there's different degrees. Bad credit, really bad credit, is a lot of money owed. Many of you owe little bits of money, and I'm thinking less than $1,000. The credit bureau is now reporting, unfortunately, cell phone bills. So it is super important to make sure that your cell phone bill is paid on time. I think it's crazy that your cell phone bill is being used to judge you for credit, but unfortunately it is, and many of you have found out 7 years later that something from a Rogers bill is put on your credit, and it's $300, $400, $500. If a bill is really a long time ago, you can always talk to the creditor and make arrangements, especially if it's gone through 3 or 4 different collection agencies and it's years ago. Offer them 50%, tell them that you'll be able to pay them by the end of the month and then pay them on time. Make sure that you get what's called a full and final release, get that paperwork, and then make sure it is being sent to Equifax. If you're purchasing a house with us as your mortgage broker, we will look after that paperwork for you and actually fast track it to Equifax for you. We'll do that because we want people to own homes in Canada, and we want to help you do that. The most important thing when you've had some bruised credit or bad credit is to reestablish credit. So even if you do have bad credit, reestablish good credit. And how you do that, if no one will give you a credit card, you can get what is called a collateralized Visa card. Most important that you get one of those and pay it faithfully every month, or even activate it and don't use it. As long as you've activated it, you will continue to get points. You need $2,000 on a credit card if you really want to get into a house quickly. So that's $2,000 that is capped, collateralized against your credit card. You get that money back at the end if you get another credit card and you move on to good credit. So that credit card is available through us. Private message us and we'll send you an application for that credit card. If you can't do $2,000, do $1,000 or $500, but do something that shows that you are moving in the right direction and you're going to have good credit from now on. The lenders are looking at you under glass. So if you've had bad credit and you reestablish good credit, do not make any mistakes. So don't screw up on your credit after you've had the chance to reestablish your credit. It would be better for you not even to do anything if you're going to make mistakes and not pay your bills on time. So that is one way that you can improve your credit. It is important that you have, for the lenders, 2 items under repayment. So that's a credit card and a loan, preferably. There are also places that you can go that will give you a small loan for $2,000 that you repay, and you show the lender that you have good credit. The biggest mistake people make when they've had some bad credit is they fall off the radar. They give up. They stop borrowing any kind of money because they say, I'm not good at it, I screwed up. Nothing can be farther from the truth. We've helped people reestablish good credit after bad credit or bruised credit and gone on. Many of those people have gone on to buy homes. Especially if you have a decent income, you are paying your rent without problems, and you want to get into a house, you can do it. Now, if you have bruised credit, you can also still get into a home with a cosigner. So if your credit was perhaps, fairly bad, maybe you owed maybe $5,000 on a Visa card that you didn't pay, you will have to pay that prior to the mortgage closing, but you can get into a house. The other thing is, if you have a large down payment, we pretty much can get anybody into a home. That would be with a higher risk lender, but you would probably be still paying less than you're paying in rent. So anyone that's sitting there with a very, very large down payment with bad credit or bruised credit and have been told by a bank that you can't get a home, nothing could be farther from the truth. We can help you. We have 101 different lenders that we can tap into to get you a decent mortgage. Always best to start with a mortgage broker, because we can look at your situation and we can tell you and give you hope. As one woman told us last week, a really nice lady named Crystal, she said, well, you can't do anything unless you can't go any farther if you don't know where you stand. She said, if you don't know where you stand, how can you plan? And what most people do is they tell stories in their mind. I can't, or it'll never happen to me, or bad luck follows me, or I'm a loser, or all of these things that people tell themselves just because they made mistakes, or they were married and the spouse destroyed their credit. All of those things do not make you a bad person. You had circumstances in your life that caused your credit to go downhill. So don't worry about the fact that it did go downhill. Reestablish your credit, and some things after 6 years to 7 years, if you do not pay them, fall off your credit. And a lot of people think when they come to us that they have bad credit from the past, and then we pull their credit and nothing could be farther from the truth. They actually have good credit. Some of those bad items that they had previously have actually fallen. So you need an expert's eyes on it to tell you, hey, this needs to be paid. This doesn't need to be paid. This will fall off in another year. Here's what you need to do. And we put you back on that track because, as you know, time just goes by so quickly. 1 year comes by and then another year. And if you don't start now, then you've put this off for another 3 years and 3 more years that you're not establishing good credit. We have a couple of loan companies that will help you not only establish good credit again, but they'll also help you with the down payment. So there's a loan program that we have that allows you to put your money in a loan that is reported to Equifax. So you're sort of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's say you can save $200 to $300 a month without impacting your lifestyle. All of a sudden, you know, within a very short order of time, you've not only established credit, but now you have a down payment. So these are all the things that we have to help you with your credit issues. So again, I say, don't stick your head in the sand. Find out where you stand and go from there. And nothing, we've seen everything. So don't ever feel embarrassed or ashamed about stuff that has happened in the past. We don't judge. We're only here to help. And we can help so many people, even if we give them some advice that puts them on track to home ownership. So we can't wait to hear from you all. And I've got clients coming in right now, so I must bid adieu. And we'll see you next week. So thanks for listening. Bye for now.